Before you buy another eye supplement, stop for a second and do this simple vision test with me. Look around the room you are sitting in right now. Pick one object about 10 feet away from you. Cover your left eye and look at that object with your right eye. Then switch sides. Notice the difference. Did one eye adjust more slowly? Did the image feel slightly less sharp? Did your eyes need an extra moment to focus? If you noticed even a small difference, do not ignore it. And if you are over 60, I need you to listen closely to what comes next. Your eyesight does not begin fading only because you are getting older. Your eyes are living, active tissues that require protection, nourishment, and support every single day. Your retina, the thin layer at the back of your eye that captures light and sends messages to your brain, is one of the hardest working tissues in your entire body. It constantly processes light, creates images, and manages enormous amounts of biological activity. But over time, oxidative stress, inflammation, changes in circulation, and natural aging can affect how efficiently your eyes perform. Here is the part that surprises many people. The foods sitting in your kitchen may influence the way your eyes handle this daily stress. And today we are looking at two foods that almost everyone knows: blueberries and carrots. One is famous for its deep blue color and powerful plant compounds. The other has been connected to eye health for generations. But which one actually gives your eyes the support they need after 60? The answer is more interesting than most people think, because blueberries and carrots do not protect your eyes in the same way. One works more like a protective shield against stress inside the eye. The other provides a critical building block your eyes need to keep functioning properly. In this video, we are going to compare blueberries versus carrots after 60 and reveal which one may have the stronger connection to protecting your vision as you age. We will rank 5 important differences from the least powerful to the most important. And number 1 is the one that many people completely overlook because it is not about what food you gives your eyes today. It is about what your eyes need to continue working tomorrow. Before we continue, tell me in the comments your age and where you are watching from. I would genuinely love to know how many people over 60 are building better health habits together. I read the comments and appreciate every story you share. In my years of working with the elderly, one of the things that frustrates me most is how often people over 60 are told to simply accept changes in their vision as part of getting older. I have seen far too many people tell me they stopped reading for pleasure because the words seemed harder to follow, or that they no longer drove at night because the lights felt different. And almost every time, nobody had ever told them that their daily food choices were one of the most important tools they had available. Now, let us begin with difference number 5, the first thing most people completely overlook. Carrots are the traditional eye health food. For decades, people have heard the same advice: eat carrots because they are good for your eyes. And there is truth behind that statement, but the reason is not exactly what many people believe. Carrots contain beta-carotene, a plant pigment that your body can convert into vitamin A. Vitamin A is essential for normal vision because your retina uses vitamin A to create molecules involved in detecting light, especially in low light conditions. Think of vitamin A as a key that helps unlock the light sensors inside your eyes. Without enough of that key, your eyes struggle to process darkness properly. This is why severe vitamin A deficiency can cause night blindness. A person may walk outside at night and feel like the world suddenly becomes covered in fog because their eyes cannot adapt correctly. But here is where the story becomes more interesting. Most adults in developed countries are not losing vision because they simply forgot to eat carrots. The issue after 60 is often more complicated. Your eyes are exposed to decades of sunlight, environmental stress, blood sugar changes, and natural aging. Your eyes need more than one nutrient. They need protection. They need circulation support. They need compounds that help manage the daily stress happening inside those tiny structures. Carrots help provide one important piece, but blueberries attack a completely different problem. And that is why this comparison becomes much more fascinating. Carrots provides your eye with the basic materials needed to keep the lights turned on. But blueberries are like protecting the electrical system behind those lights from damage. Both matter, but they are doing very different jobs inside your body. A review on blueberry anthocyanins and eye health explains that these compounds are being studied for their antioxidant activity and possible effects on retinal stress and inflammation. This brings us to difference number 4, the first major advantage of blueberries. Blueberries contain powerful plant compounds called anthocyanins. These are the natural pigments responsible for their deep blue-purple color. But inside your body, these compounds act like tiny defenders for your eye tissue. Imagine your retina as a camera sensor. Every day, that sensor is hit with thousands of flashes of light. A camera needs protection from damage because repeated exposure can wear down the equipment. Your eyes are similar. The retina constantly handles light exposure, and normal biological processes create molecules that can stress cells. Anthocyanins are being studied specifically for their potential to help the body manage this kind of daily stress at the cellular level. They may act like a protective coating around the delicate tissues inside the eye, helping the cells handle pressure that accumulates over decades of use. In simpler terms, blueberries do not simply provide fuel. They may help protect the environment where your vision system operates. A review published in the journal Molecules in 2019 examined anthocyanins and vision health, discussing research on retinal protection, circulation, and visual function. Now imagine someone like Margaret. Margaret is 68 years old and lives in Toronto. She worked as a school administrator for 34 years. For the last 5 years, she noticed something frustrating. Reading small print became harder. Driving at night felt more uncomfortable. She kept telling herself, "This is just what happens when you get older." That thought is extremely common. Many people quietly accept changes in their vision because they believe nothing can be done. But sometimes the problem is not that your body has stopped responding. Sometimes your body simply needs better support. Margaret started paying closer attention to the foods she ate. Not because she expected one food to magically restore her eyesight, but because she wanted to give her body better tools. She began adding more colorful fruits and vegetables into her routine, and over time she noticed something important. Her eyes felt less tired during long reading sessions. She began noticing that her eyes felt more supported doing the tasks they needed to do. This is not a medical claim. It's called a pattern. A pattern I have heard repeatedly in different forms more times I can count. That does not mean blueberries cured an eye condition, but when people give their bodies the right kind of consistent nutritional support, their bodies often begin to respond in quiet but meaningful ways. And this brings us to difference number 3, the biggest difference between blueberries and carrots. Their biological targets inside the body are completely different. Carrots mainly provide beta-carotene, which supports vitamin A production. That vitamin A goes to work on the light-sensing cells in the retina. Blueberries provide anthocyanins and other protective plant compounds that appear to work on the environment around those cells, helping the eye manage stress and maintain the circulation the retina depends on. Think of your eyes like a garden. Carrots provide the seeds. They give your body the raw materials it needs for important visual functions. Blueberries help protect the soil. They support the environment where those functions happen. Both matter. But after 60, protecting the environment around your cells becomes increasingly important. Here is a way to think about why this matters so much specifically after 60. In your 20s and 30s, your body was producing its own antioxidants and protective compounds at a much higher rate. Your cells were repairing damage faster. Your circulation was more efficient. The retina was receiving generous blood supply with every heartbeat. But by the time most people reach 65 or 70, those internal protective systems have slowed significantly. The body is still doing the work, but it needs more help from outside to keep up with the accumulated daily pressure. This is the moment when what you eat every day starts to matter more than it ever did before. Not less, more. Because aging is not only about losing materials, it is also about accumulated stress. Every year of life brings more exposure to sunlight, more oxidative stress, more wear on tiny structures inside the eye. Your body is constantly working to repair that wear. The question is whether you are giving it enough support to continue that repair process. But before we continue to number 2, if you have been enjoying this video so far, hit the like button and subscribe to Senior Health Advice. Tap the bell icon so you do not miss future videos where we break down the science of staying healthy and strong after 60. Now let us talk about difference number 2, the food that researchers found interesting because of what happens beyond basic nutrition. Blueberries may be doing something for your vision that goes beyond the eyes itself. Your eyes are connected to your entire circulatory system. They are not isolated organs. The retina requires a constant supply of oxygen and nutrients. Tiny blood vessels deliver what your eye cells need every second. When circulation becomes less efficient with age, tissues that depend on a strong blood supply can become more vulnerable. This is where blueberries become interesting. Research into anthocyanins has explored their relationship with blood vessel function, oxidative stress, and inflammation. Think of your blood vessels like thousands of small roads leading to your eye. If those roads become damaged or congested, deliveries become slower. Your eye cells may not receive support as efficiently. Blueberries are not a replacement for medical treatment. They are not a guarantee against vision loss, but they represent one nutritional strategy that supports the systems connected to eye health. Now let us return to carrots because they deserve credit. Carrots remain an excellent food. They provide beta-carotene. They provide fiber. They provide important nutrients. If someone has inadequate vitamin A intake, increasing foods rich in beta-carotene can be especially important. But the mistake many people make is thinking carrots are the entire solution. Your eyes are not a single machine with one missing part. They are a complex network. They need multiple forms of support. And that brings us to difference number 1. The winner is not actually blueberries or carrots. The winner is understanding that after 60, your eyes need both protection and nourishment. If I had to choose the food with the stronger connection to aging-related eye protection, blueberries would likely take the lead because of their unique anthocyanin content and research interest around retinal stress. But carrots remain valuable because vitamin A is essential for normal vision. The smartest approach after 60 is not choosing one and rejecting the other. It is understanding what each one does. Carrot helps provide the foundation, and blueberry helps provide protection. Together, they represent two different strategies. One supports the machinery. The other supports the environment around the machinery. And that combination is where healthy aging becomes much more realistic. So how can you actually add these foods into your routine? For carrots, aim for a regular serving several times per week. One medium carrot contains a meaningful amount of beta-carotene. You can eat them raw, roasted, steamed, or added to soups. Cooking carrots lightly may actually help release some of their carotenoids, especially when combined with a healthy fat source like olive oil. For blueberries, a simple routine is easier than most people think. A half cup to 1 cup of blueberries can be added to breakfast, yogurt, oatmeal, or smoothies. Choose fresh or frozen options without added sugar. Frozen blueberries can still provide valuable plant compounds because they are often frozen soon after harvesting. Consistency matters more than perfection. Your eyes do not respond to one healthy meal. They respond to thousands of small decisions repeated over time. And remember Margaret, the 68-year-old school administrator we talked about earlier. She did not discover a magic food. She discovered something much more realistic. Her body was still responding. She simply needed to give it better support. Your vision is not something you should ignore until a problem becomes impossible to miss. Your eyes have carried you through decades of memories, faces, books, sunsets, and moments with the people you love. Supporting them today is an investment in the years ahead. So, there you have it. Blueberries with their anthocyanins and protective plant compounds. Carrots with their beta-carotene and vitamin A pathway, and the understanding that healthy vision after 60 comes from supporting the entire system rather than searching for one miracle food. Research on blueberries and anthocyanins continues to explore their relationship with retinal health, while carrots remain recognized as an important source of vitamin A precursors needed for normal vision. You do not have to throw away your current eye vitamins or completely change your diet tomorrow. Start by adding simple, nutrient-rich foods consistently and pay attention to how your body responds. Your body does not stop adapting because you reach a certain age. Your eyes, your brain, your muscles, and your entire body still respond to the support you give them. This is not about pretending aging does not happen. It is about giving your body the resources it needs to continue doing what it was designed to do. If you found this video helpful, make sure you subscribe to Senior Health Advice so you never miss another video where we explore the science behind staying healthy and strong after 60. And come back in 30 days and tell me in the comments which habit you added and what changes you noticed. I would love to hear your story.